trees outside the window swaying. I remember wind.
The feeling of air on my face.
I remember faces.
Some faces.
So the project is a brand new commission. We've got together with Derby Theatre, Dundee Rep, Theatre Royal Plymouth and ourselves, Royal in Derngate, and we've commissioned a brand new play by the acclaimed writer Laura Lomas, who has created this provocative new play called The Blue Road, which is great because it has the young people's thoughts and views at its heart.
You keeping watch? You know I am. You were there when they said, Alex, go keep watch. All right.
What's really exciting about this project is that we're in a rehearsal room and we know that around the country there's 3 other versions of this show being made that each have the distinct and unique flavour of that young company, of that group of young people.
I heard this instance that when the planet was made, there was this massive explosion.
Blue Road is about a group of young people.
A group of 6 young people
who have to flee their home after an unnamed crisis.
They've all come together to try and survive without any help from the outside world.
It's just basically them in the forest and what happens to them and their story.
Of course, it can't be the whole world. Like, there's no way it can actually be the whole world.
Our young people have been engaged from selecting the writer right up until feeding back on the drafts, and they've been involved all the way through. So we had a residential in October last year in which 4 young people from each venue came to a central location and we workshopped the play with the writer over the course of a weekend. And I think that experience is not only invaluable to the young people, but it's also invaluable to the writer to really develop the play and make sure it's got the young people at its heart.
I've always liked it. Like, the thought of it. That it could be true or something.
It's interesting seeing how it went from that one weekend away, discussing things with Laura and like how we explored the different aspects of what the play might be about, and then keeping in contact with all the other youth theatres and how they talk about what they're doing. And it's nice to have that connection because they're so far, but we're all connected by this play.
Okay, ready? If others found out that you were here and that I was talking to you, then they'd think we were plotting on trying to find our way back, so...
What's in the box?
Nothing.
The residential was really good because it was a good opportunity to bounce ideas off of people that you're not normally doing drama with. It was really nice to have fresh ideas and different perspectives.
The way that it's been written is very clever because it's open to loads of interpretation.
It's kind of amazing.
Having had a script that was prepared for us and given to us to start with gave us some really clear guides for building the rest of the characters around, but it didn't constrict anything. Everyone was still able to put their own spin on characters and put their own emotion into the characters and sort of create the chorus around what we feel they suit to the play.
It just become normal.
The nature of the project meant that the script had to become very much theirs as soon as I sort of handed it over to them. So it's been a really nice thing to be able to completely release the play and just say, make it yours.
It's a very interpretive play, so it can be done in a million different ways by anybody.
Wade in the water, children, wade in the water.
I think what's really exciting about the partnership is, first of all, for a youth theatre to be able to perform a brand new piece of writing is really quite a unique opportunity. And I think what's really great is for our young people to have met with a writer and feel like their ideas have now come back to them in a finished script, but then also know that there are 3 other youth theatres working on the same script, so there's going to be different end products, I think is really exciting.
Looking at them.
Obviously Nikki's director, but she always says to us, you know, how do you think we can make this better? How can we change it? And then we always add things. We say to her, if something isn't working, we could say, well, we could do this
All
instead.
young technicians to the stage left wing, please. All young technicians to the stage left wing immediately, please. Thank you.
Won't be able to stop when I get dehydrated from all the vomit and the bile will just be lying there in my own sick and passed out without putting it down.
For me, the best thing has been definitely hearing about another person's view, because with that, I can have a whole new insight, a whole new perspective on something that I never would have thought of myself. And hearing all these different views from all these different people from across the country as well is just so good. It makes you feel like you're not alone and all of these people just have the same passion and drive for the play as you do.
Do you think it's got a family?
Somewhere.
It's so nice to see contemporary work written especially for young people, because actors around today aren't going to be there forever, and we need to, the people that do want to go into it, we need to look after, and I think that's what we're doing here and across all the 4 Youth Theatre.
We can barely survive on what we've been given. We are literally all going to starve.
I think it's nice because I think it's quite a unique play. It's like different to what you might think the young company might have, because it's like quite emotional, and I think that's quite nice to have.
One of the strengths of the partnership, I think, is as theatres from across the UK, how we can really collaborate and really draw on each other's strengths and learn from each other in terms of how we create work with and for young people. And as theatres, how the work of young people and young people's voices sit really at the heart of what we do.
My body.
It's like an amazing experience really, because you get to experience it in a professional environment, and you have the costumes and the set and working as a team, and it's quite amazing how you can see something go from a piece of paper to something on stage and showing it in front of an audience, and the reaction is just amazing.
I'm just so excited to get in front of an audience, and I can't wait to hear their reactions.
You know your lines, you're good. Well, it's just a bombed out building.
And this little girl,
And her hand. The cut's all over her. I'm talking, and I'm playing.
what's happened? What's happened?
Does it hurt? Does it hurt?
I thought it was fantastic. It was really, it was engaging, it was intense.
Some of the scenes leave you like, oh my god.
The whole spectacle of it, like everything was just fab. It was really good.
I can't fault it. It was absolutely brilliant, so slick. It didn't feel like watching a youth theatre show. I work a lot with youth theatres, and I wasn't expecting that.
It's more than just rehearsing for a few weeks and doing a play. It's actually people getting together as well and having fun while they're doing it, while also making an amazing piece of theatre. And it feels like so much more than just a play.
Would I do this again? Most certainly. I think that this model and keeping its young people at its heart is really important. And if we weren't to do it again and it didn't happen, I think it would be a real shame.
I'd say it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I wish I could do it all over again and start from the beginning.